Yo, what's going on, guys? Shake and Bake back, and today we are going to be breaking down the MyTeam trailer that they dropped today. They dropped it a while ago, actually. I'm kind of dealing with an ankle injury, kind of why I'm sitting back, and yeah, it's pretty swollen and gross, and I need to keep it elevated. So while I'm doing the video, we're going to be chilling. But yeah, we're going to break down every aspect of the trailer, and they also dropped a dev blog post up on Facebook. I'll have that link in the description for sure. I'm not going to show you the trailer, uncut, whatever. You can go watch it. It's out there. I'm not trying to get flagged and striked by them. And I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. Some things I like, some things I don't like. But yeah, we just go chill. Nothing too crazy. Look at the screenshots. I literally have them frame by frame for you guys. So I went through the trailer and just screenshotted everything. And yeah, we're just going to take a look, dive right into it. And yeah, I'll tell you guys what I think of MyTeam. Starting out with this main screenshot, this is going to be, I'm going to go in order of the way it went in the trail, but I just wanted to show you guys this main page of what it looks like. Pretty similar to last year. You got play, you have packs, manage team, collection, auction house, goals, and then we don't know what the last one is. Could be settings, but they kind of cap it off so you can't really see it. Honestly, it looks pretty similar to this year's. The only thing that's different is the goals section. And we'll talk about that a bit later, but it's basically kind of like objectives, and it'll show you everything, and also you can access and see, you know, what you need to do, what you need to collect, things like that. They updated a lot of the interface and made it a lot nicer and cleaner and easier to get to things, which I do like. But there are also going to be some things I don't like, so I'm keeping it honest, keeping it real with y'all, because there are some things I really don't like, but there are also some things I really like. So let's just keep going. Let's start off by the first card they showed, which was Kevin Durant Sapphire card. Looks pretty dope. One thing that's new this year is they call it Supermax. It's really MyTeam Online with a salary cap. That's what it is. And you can see in the corner, there's a 200 in the bottom of Durant's right-hand corner. And that's going to be his cap, basically. And so, say you have a 2,000 level cap for the game, that's your entire team, has to be under 2,000. So Durant's portion would be 200 in this case. You can see what a Sapphire card looks like. It's probably going to be the Sapphire Durant, normal Durant that's in packs, and probably one of the best cards in the game day one. Expect to see, you know, the guys at the lower overalls, like we did last year, when we saw LeBron and Curry, I think, were the only two, Sapphire cards in the beginning. Now, there will be a couple more, probably Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, James Harden probably. Those are probably up on the upper echelon tier with this Kevin Durant, I'm guessing. But, who knows? Let's go to the next screenshot, which is Lonzo Ball, a silver 75 overall. Again, these are just the main default normal base MyTeam cards. There are going to be moments cards and some other stuff. They do show that in one point in the blog, but they don't show it in the trailer. So, again, you really have to look at both of them, and you're more than welcome to do that and then come back here maybe. Maybe that'll keep you a little bit more in the loop with what I'm talking about, some of the things. Because they do give you a quick rundown in the trailer. Skipping to the Devin Booker image, looks pretty dope. You can see his cap is 100, and he is, I don't know why. Is this like, why does, I'm not sure why. This is something weird. I'm just noticing this now, but why is he what looks like a bronze at a 79, but again, you can see silver is below that at 75, so I don't know what's up with the color of this image. That's kind of strange, right? So maybe this was just a goof and they messed that up. But that doesn't make sense. I don't know. We'll look and base and see off the other screenshots because he shouldn't be a bronze at a 79, correct? Added another color that I don't know about. Yeah, I think that's a mix-up right there. And then we'll look at the next screenshot, which is going to be signature cards. I'm going to talk more about what's on the blog post after. I'll go section by section. But for now, I'll just mention it here and there when I think's relevant. But yeah, you can see a Paul Pierce limited edition with an autograph. But they're not really selling me here, I'm not gonna lie. Autographs on cards, they were like, do you want autographs on cards in the trailer? Now you have it. And I'm like, who really wants autographs on cards? Again, it's cool, like when you actually have a player's autograph in real life because you get to keep that like forever. But on a card in a virtual game, it just doesn't do anything for me. So unless that like limited version with the signature has like boosted stats of some kind in some sort of way, it doesn't really do much for me. And this card's only an 81 overall. It doesn't even have the proper jersey in the picture as well. So, like, they tried to make it look cooler, but then you make it look worse with the Clippers picture of Paul Pierce. So, yeah, I don't know. That's cool. 250 seems pretty limited. But, again, yeah, if it's just the signature, that doesn't do anything for me. I'm sorry. Now, you guys go to the main screen, which we've already seen. We broke that down. But let's break down, Shake and Blake, break down the main little section under the play menu right here, where you guys can see the challenges, You guys can see Supermax, which I just told you about. It's the new MyTeam Online, and it's completely different. There's a bunch of rules and stuff and different rankings and rounds and all kinds of confusingness, but then there's also Domination, which has a new section this year, which I'll talk about in just a second here. Pack and Playoffs, which is the new draft mode for my team this year, and then Play with Friends and Freestyle, which is pretty simple and self-explanatory. Talking about Domination, because there is 3 chunks of Domination, I'm pretty sure, this year. There is 297 stars. I think was there only 198 this past year? I don't know. But either way, let's get into that and why there is so many, and basically what are the chunks of it, and at least what I think are the chunks of it. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's normal domination, historic domination, and then I think it's all-time historic domination. I think that's what I'm guessing, because they say later on that they added a new all-time historic domination, and you can face, you know, Shaq with all the all-time Lakers and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that's what it is. I think there's 3 chunks, but I may be wrong there. It could be just, you know, domination and all-time, but I think it's domination, historic domination, then all-time domination, which has, like, all the best players for those teams. But that's what I think it is. Let's look at Supermax. Again, you'll see some screenshots of this later. It's the new MyTeam Online, where you have to use, again, the salary caps. And then the challenges, we already talked about those, but you can see there's 0 to 35 tokens, so they do bring the token system back. And, yeah, there's weekly challenges, and apparently for this weekly challenge, there's only one. So if you like the token system, that is going to be back. I do kind of wish, I don't know, there was a better way to get tokens. I didn't like how they said they were going to release them at the end of the year, and then they kind of released one a week. I didn't like that. So you really have to stay up to date with the token system, and if it's the same way as last year. But next screenshot brings out Pack and Playoffs, open packs, build a team, and take home the win. Now, I did hear one concerning thing about this that I did not like, and I'm not really sure if I'm reading it wrong. I'll read it after in the blog, or maybe I'm just not understanding it properly, but for some reason, it says, I think there's 7 games in this, but after, I don't know if it's after the 7 games or after 1 game, you have to redraft or you have to pay VC to keep your team. I'm hoping it's not after 1 game you'd have to pay VC to keep your team, because that would be super lame. That would be bad, man. So I'm hoping it's after 7 games that maybe you could opt and say, hey, let me keep my team and pay. That's not that bad. I understand that. But if it's after every game that you're redrafting, that is, I don't know, that's kind of whack. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm sure they'll clarify on that eventually. But you can see Jason Kidd right here. That's another new aspect of my team. Coaches are going to be different levels. Not just, before they did, I think, a couple years ago, they did silver, bronze, and gold. And they did a little bit, and I'm not sure if they still did that last year. I can't remember. I haven't played my team in a long time, guys. I tried to play it recently. It wasn't very fun. But this year, they're actually adding amethyst, diamond coaches, ruby coaches. You will see that later. Jason Kidd is going to be a, yeah, just silver. And then they added this new system proficiency stuff that they haven't talked about. They're dropping in a blog, but you can see it uses continuous ball and player movement, blah, blah, blah. 3-pointer spacing and drives. That's Jason Kidd, what his system proficiency is. So, pretty neat. That's kind of cool. It'll give boost to certain areas of the game, it looks like. And, yeah, I mean, Steve Kerr focuses on overall game and shot distribution. So, maybe it'll give a boost to certain things here and there. But looking at it, you guys can see, I think we just picked CJ McCollum in this screenshot, technically. And then it's going to flip the cards, and you get to pick your next one right here. You guys can see DeMar DeRozan just flipped over. So, pretty cool stuff. You can see, you can draft, you know, you don't have to draft. You just point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. You can actually draft, like, 3 shooting guards if you really wanted and play, like, 3 guards. So that's kind of neat, I will say that, but we're jumping right past this screenshot, not too much there. Going into the next one where we see Diamond Pop, which is pretty cool. I like the way that card looks. It looks pretty dope. I like the diamond corner up in the corner, but overall, though, I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of the look of most of the cards, man. I feel like most of the cards don't look that great. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though. But you can see Aaron Gordon up there, 76 overall. So I think that Devin Booker should be a gold, and it's just an error that it's a bronze. I don't know why they put that in the trailer. Come on, man. How did they not realize that? But yeah, you guys can see then the board flips over, and you can see Anthony Davis, Giannis, Kyrie Irving, and Dwayne Wade, who you already drafted. It looks like from that spot right there. So pretty cool. We get another screenshot right here of the actual, what's it called? The My Team Pack and Playoffs mode. And again, they show you right here that you can swap positions with guys. So if you pull a guy, you know, at the point guard position for that pack, you don't have to actually play him there. You can move him to, you know, the small forward or whatever. You can switch him around, which is nice. I do like that, but they're not locked into position, which some people might have wanted. But I actually like that you can move him around and stuff. But it does mean, you know, someone could play LeBron James at point guard and stuff like that, which can get cheesy, but let's keep going to the next screenshot again, which just shows you that they swapped over. Nothing too crazy there. Let's keep it moving here. Now we're at the Supermax that I talked about before. The screenshot has a lot. Couple of things worry me and concern me, and I'll talk about that right now. The cap, I don't know, man. We had a cap a couple years ago. A lot of people did not like it because if you pulled a good card and you weren't, you know, that high up, some of those, you know, guys you couldn't use. But it looks like with the way the cap is built, you'd be able to use them, but like you'd have to have like a lot of bad players in your team as well. Because some of those legends, I think it said 250 for their cap. In this one, it's a 2,000 cap, so you'd be able to, actually no, it's a 500 cap. So yeah, in the Sapphire League, if you had, you know, 3 really good cards, you wouldn't be able to use all 3. So that does kind of stink. You can see 2,000 is what we actually have on our team, and I don't think it's even that great. Like, so yeah, the caps can get pretty high. Like, and if the cap for, you know, the Sapphire is only a 500, that seems kind of long. You'd have to, you know, really grind at it to even use the good players. You guys can see, we also show, it shows like points and stuff like that. I'm assuming by wins and stuff like that, you get more points. Kind of like in MLB The Show where they have like rankings of like 0 to like 200 is the lowest level. That's what they kind of have here, it looks like. And if you get, you know, up to 1,000 plus points with total wins and losses, I guess you're in the pink diamond one, and it shows some sort of little pack right there is the, I guess, prize. But the prizes seem kind of low, man. I don't know. I don't know if that's per game. I don't know if that's per round. Like, I don't know how many games are in the round, so there's a lot of questions to be had here. You can kind of see it does show a counter right there. It shows like round and shows like 4 red squares. I know what that means, and I don't know what the timer is either. Like, are they timing it out by days rounds work, and then maybe after a few days, it just, you know, ends it, and then the prizes are handed out. That's what they do on MLB The Show, and it's not bad. It's nice, but it's not that nice if you're in the lower seeds, and as you guys can see, 100 MT, 75 MT. Come on. Why? Like, I don't know. The rewards just look weird. They don't look good. They don't look promising when you're getting, you know, freaking 75 MT as a reward for something, and 1,500 even for being up the diamond. That doesn't sound like a lot to me. So, I don't know. A little worried about that. I do wish the rewards looked higher. They don't look that high to me. So, just off first base, that has me a little concerned right there. But that is your look at the Supermax. I think that's the only screenshot they drop of it. So, yeah, my team online completely changed, completely different. I don't know if they have a prestige ranking system. It doesn't look like it. So, it's different than this past year. But I kind of liked it the way it was this year. So, I don't know. They mix it up. We can see more of the editing lineup screen. You guys can see it's different this year. It doesn't just show your 5 and then your other guys on the side. It shows just the 5, and then you have to hit triangle to swap over to the bench. You guys can see the salary cap right now is 4,800, and my current lineup is 4,881. So a little bit of an uneven number there, but yeah, and we don't really even have like a crazy good team. And again, in that one thing, that one salary cap was 500. So it's like you wouldn't be able to even use the starting 5. So that is kind of crazy. I don't know if those, again, probably these aren't final numbers and stuff like that. And you guys can see some other stuff as we jump to the next one. Mike Conley, it said he was with Jordan. And then if you also see Eric Gordon's with Adidas, I'm pretty sure that's the shoe slot right there. They did say, and they mentioned on the blog, that there's going to be hundreds of new shoes, which I love. I hope we can pull, you know, diamond shoes. Hope we can sell them, auction them. Another good thing, too, I'm kind of getting ahead, is that you'll be able to sell consumables in stacks, they said. So instead of being able to sell, you know, one diamond Jordan, then, or no, one gold Jordan, then the same gold Jordan, you know, you have to click through, click through, click through. You'll be able to stack them, which could mean, maybe, that you can also stack them in your inventory like you can this year, and maybe you can also stack players as well. So maybe you can keep duplicates of guys and not have to send everyone to the auction, which would be amazing, because that is a pain in the neck, and you got to sell everyone immediately. But we don't know. That's unconfirmed, but just going through the screenshots, you guys can see guys with different sponsors, different contract levels, stuff like that. Pretty simple. The contract system seems pretty much the same. Again, we see some more silver players right here. You can go through them if you want. Rashawn Holmes, Kelly Olynyk, some other guys. They got to update their pictures, hopefully, when they get the new jerseys, because these pictures are way outdated. Some of these aren't even going to look like the new jerseys are way different. So hopefully they'll get updated pictures and stuff like that as the season moves on and stuff like that, the first few days. But Robert Covington right here, you guys can see 75 overall. More screenshots of those. They explain the cap in the bottom corner for the salary max. You can see Roy Hibbert right there, 69 overall. Deladova, Batum, some other guys like that. But yeah, they definitely messed up with that Devin Booker being a bronze. But yeah, you guys can also see a Draymond Green, a 150 salary cap. It's pretty self-explanatory there. Now we get into a little bit of the pack openings. You guys can see what the animation for a pack, opening a pack looks like. It comes out of this little thing, and it shoots up and around. It gets up to the top, and it explodes. And then you get the 5 cards on the screen. It's kind of neat how it shows 4 out of 10 down in that corner there. And it shows, like, the 5 cards. Now, I'm not sure if, like, you flip a card and then it shows down there. I don't really know. It might be redundant. I don't know. Something's neat about it, though. It looked kind of cool. I will say that it says, like, League Box. I hope that changes depending on what type of box it is. That's kind of nice. That way, people don't ask, like, what pack did you pull this in? If you post a screenshot, they know and see it was pulled in the League Box. That's kind of nice. I like that. I do like that addition, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it. But the 5 cards will be there, and hopefully they'll have a cool explosion animation, stuff like that. Now we get to see some historic or reward cards. I don't really know. They didn't explain this. I don't think they explained it in the blog either. But you see that red, white, and red stripe down the side? That could be reward cards, or it could just be what historic cards are. But yeah, there's that stripe on the side, and it could be reward cards. I think there was a reward, I don't know if it was Manute Bol, but there wasn't a reward like that. And again, they showed a lot of the reward cards last year when we got the first info. Like, they showed us the Pink Diamond Kobe. This year, they actually show us a Pink Diamond Shaq. So could that be, you know, the reward card for collecting cards? Maybe. It might be. We will see soon. But, yeah. You guys can see a Manute Bol right there. Pretty cool. Darius Miles. That was another guy who we got as a reward card this past year. I know that for sure for collecting cards. And I find it funny that they're showing us that. So maybe these are reward cards. That's my first initial thoughts, I guess. But a reward Brian Scalabrine Gold player would be a little weird. But you can see Scal right there. Pretty dope. I wish they had the retro Nets logo and not the other Nets logo in the corner. Maybe they can fix that. Might be a little glitch. But you see DeMar DeRozan, who we saw earlier. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. We get more lineup stuff. We see Tyronn Lue is a Amethyst coach. Give me a break. Yeah, you can see some more looks at some screenshots, things like that, their stats, their ratings. And that is, yeah, pretty much it. You guys can see the bonus pre-order content. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Things we've already seen when it comes to that trailer. But now we have to actually look at that freaking blog post, man. The blog, I'm going to go chunk by chunk reading. I know this is a long video for y'all. Hey, sit back, relax. That's what I'm doing. Not much I can do with my bum ankle. So we taking our time today, but let's look at the blog. Let's go post section by section. Some of it I already talked about, so I'll skip over it a little bit. But, so I was talking about that Pink Diamond Shaq image. Here it is. You guys can see a, what's it called? Onyx Giannis, which is probably one of the cards that you can pick at the beginning of the year. You know how they gave you this year. You could pull... pick Curry, LeBron, a couple other guys, and you use them for like 5 games. It's probably the same exact thing, to be honest. I don't think there's any changes there, but pretty cool. That's a neat card. And then they show a Shaq, which looks dope. That looks pretty cool. Pistol Pete, Manu Ginobili, Paul Pierce, J.R. Smith, Damian Lillard, and some other pretty sweet guys. Now, a couple things I do notice. You can see the patterns kind of going across the cards, the like hexagons and stuff like that. But on the normal base cards, they don't have that. So I don't know if that resembles something that means like it's a reward, historic. I don't know. Not really too sure. There's a lot of things on here that we really don't know. And again, we won't really know if there's going to be like certain promos and things like that. Will those have logos on the cards? Probably. Because right now, again, we don't see too much other than that red and white stripe, which I'm assuming are going to be, what's it called? I'm assuming those are going to be like reward cards of some kind. So maybe the Shaq is for collecting like 3,000 cards, 4,000 cards. I don't know. It's probably going to be a big number. It's going to be a big number this year because it always goes up every year. And last year, what, it was 28 cards, 2,800 or something like that, 2,500. So it's probably going to go up. And then also a Pistol Pete right there. We see Manu Ginobili. And then we see a Paul Pierce out of 10,000 that has signature. So again, kind of similar. They got that signature cards, but I don't know if it does anything special or anything like that. But you can also see that they have the red and it doesn't have like the red-white stripe. So maybe it's not a reward card. Maybe those other guys are reward cards. The J.R. Smith down there, that looks pretty dope. But yeah, they look cool stuff right there. They show us some cards, which is nice. I'm going to jump around in this because, again, I've already talked about some of this stuff. Talk about the defensive, you know, coaching stuff, the consistencies and everything like that, and say there's a blog coming soon that'll kind of explain it more. I'm not going to explain what we don't know about. But yeah, they also show another screenshot at the packs where you choose them, and you can, I guess, choose different packs for the rounds, which is kind of neat. So, like, they give you different colors, and you get to pick. Now, I don't know if that gives you, you know, a better player, or if it's just the colors are different and it's random. We don't really know, but you guys can see right there, you get to pick your player pack and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So the pack draft does sound nice. Again, it says that they brought back prize boards, which I honestly don't like at all because that could mean technical fouls are back, which is ridiculous. And those prize boards, man, sometimes it takes years to find the freaking stuff on the board. You don't know if it's there. So I don't really like the prize boards. I'll be real with y'all. Like, those prize boards kind of stink. Like, there are people who play, like, thousands and thousands of blacktop games, and they never got Pink Diamond Isaiah Thomas, whereas other got it with, like, 100 games. So, like, I don't know. I don't really like the prize board. It says there's a prize ladder, so the further you go up in, I guess, the pack and playoffs game mode, you can get better cards and things like that, which is kind of cool. The part that I may not have mentioned this as well. There's only 5 rounds in this draft, technically. You'd only draft to 5, which is kind of cool. I talked about that before. I said they're either going to do a draft where you can draft 5 or 13. It's only 5, so yeah, that's going to be what that aspect is. But you guys can see, you will compete in 5-on-5 games against other drafted teams through 4 rounds of the playoffs leading up to the finals. So I'm assuming that's like 7 games, 7 games, 7 games, and then 7 games the finals. Each round is a tournament best of 7 elimination, as it says. Win 4 games and you advance. Lose 4 and you're bumped. Okay, so pretty similar to what I said, but you don't have to win 7. You only have to win 4. So, okay, I think now I'm understanding it. Each time you advance, you will redraft a whole new lineup, or you use VC to hold on. Okay, so now I'm understanding that. So, basically, it's like the playoffs format. If you advance through the first round, you have to, A, pay VC to keep your team, or B, redraft, and then you're in the second round. And then if you keep advancing, that's kind of nice. Again, though, I feel like it's going to suck because if you get a good team, you're going to want to keep it, and you have to pay VC to do that. Are you going to be paying per game, per round? I don't know how that's going to be. So, again, I don't know if I love that, but I guess you're going to want to redraft a new team after, like, 10 games. You're not going to want to keep playing with the same team, probably, especially if it's a bad team. But then again, you probably wouldn't win all those games. Maybe you would. I don't know. But that is, yeah, that's the MyTeam pack and playoffs. What do you guys think of the draft mode? It's finally in 2K. We had a feeling it was coming, and yeah, that's how it's going to be. So it says the other big change they wanted to make was to the Supermax mode. We now jump into this, and they created a place where players of all skill levels could come and compete and stuff like that. It's MyTeam Online just redone. It adds a salary cap and a season gameplay to online competition to create an experience that sounds fun, that stays fun, whatever. Yeah, and each time a new round starts, the salary cap will be updated, and you will build the best team possible. So I'm assuming what they're going to do with that is, like, it'll be like a weekly, maybe monthly type thing, or even a couple days. And then basically as the newer cards come out, they'll bump the salary caps up. So once you start getting better cards later in the year, they'll bump them up. So I guess that does kind of eliminate where if you pulled, you know, a better card, then you wouldn't be able to use him, because later in the year when those better cards are out, the salary cap should be higher up. So that is kind of nice. I guess that will change that and maybe adjust that. But it says the best part is that it adjusts individuals' cards based on how often players around the world are using them. I don't know if I like this, because that means if everyone's using, you know, I don't know, Isaiah Thomas, like, his value is going to go up, his salary cap, and you may not be able to use him with some of the other guys you want to use, which, I don't know if I like that, man. So, like, say the first few weeks, everyone's using that, you know, Emerald Russell Westbrook. His cap might, instead of be at 250 or whatever, might go up to like 300-400. We don't know what they mean by that, but it says it'll increase, and you'll have to, you know, balance superstars with role players and find the hidden gems. But it's kind of hard to find hidden gems if everybody else sees them and knows they're good. So, I don't know. It says it's full 13-man rosters online. That's pretty basic. That's given. You'll be placed at others with your skill level. They'll have placement matches. And, yeah, again, you'll get thrown into, I guess, one of the rankings, and then you'll go from there, I guess. And if you lose a bunch of games, you'll probably fall down. You win some games, you'll probably move up. So that's kind of nice. It's kind of neat, but again, it's different than MyTeam Online. Normal MyTeam Online is gone. It also said grand prizes will be rewarded after the performance of every season, stuff like that. Be careful, you can also lose points for a loss. In Supermax, every game counts. The coaches and the strategies and things like that, I feel like we've talked about that already in this video, which is pretty long. We touched on the schedule mode, I think, a little bit with the challenges. Basically, they've added what was in the last-gen console version of the game, where you could play the season games, I guess. Instead, they've cut it down from 82 games to 30 games, which I like, because 82 is a little ridiculous. I don't need to play 82 games for every team. I won't do that, but 30 games per team, I'd probably do that. That equals what, like 900, I think? Just guessing off the top of my head, which is pretty nice. That's a lot of challenges, and these will be in day one, which is nice, because we didn't have that many challenges day one, I felt like. There was only a few that you could do. But yeah, this is going to be in day one. You guys can see it shows the Spurs, the Suns, the Thunder. Of course, these old pictures that have been in 2K for like 4 years, it feels like. Those pictures are so old. But yeah, you think they would update those, but those tickets, that look cool. So yeah, that's going to be the start of it. And you guys can see it shows the matchups and things like that. Probably have key matchups throughout the year that you have to play against. And yeah, probably get rewards along the way. Probably you get updated players, rewards, MT, packs maybe, and maybe coaches, shoes. I don't know. That's pretty cool, but yeah, there's 900 unique challenges. I don't know if these are full games or, hey, it's a situational type thing. But, yeah, those are in there, and they sound pretty cool. I'm guessing they're full games, but hopefully they're not full games. That would take a while, man. 900 games of my team. And then let's hope to dear God that they're not like 5 to 10 to 12-minute quarters. Make them like 3, 4-minute quarters, 2-minute quarters even. Don't make them so long. That's one thing that I can't stand playing the CPU for that long. Next section, we talked about already, all-time domination, but they do throw us a picture right here for the Shaq, and they say progress 24 out of 33. Beat historic NBA teams, earning at least 1 star to unlock, I think, all-time domination. So I think I am correct there, that you beat normal domination, then historic domination, and then you go to all-time domination. Pretty sweet, man. You guys can see, they talk about the auction house, which has a lot of changes. This is a long video, so if you're still sticking around, good to you. You want to know about my team. I'm breaking it down as much as we possibly can, but they made some changes with the auction house. No longer are there 15-minute refresh timers where it wouldn't refresh until the top of the hour, the 15, the bottom of the hour, and then the 45. Instead now, as soon as you post a card, it is on the auction block, so boom, that does change a lot. There's not going to be, you know, sniping and refreshing at those chunks. It's going to be, hey, that card is up there whenever I post it. That's way different. We haven't had this since my team has come out. There has not been a live auction like this, so it's a little different. Again, the auction's been live, but not, I posted a card right now, it's up there, go grab it. So it's a little different. I do kind of like it, but at the same time, I don't like it because I know a lot of people love their sniping and stuff like that, but I guess it is nice. I pray to God that we can actually remove a card from the auction. Good goodness. If we're going to get a live auction, we better have the option to remove the cards because that has been long needed. They don't say anything about trading cards. I will say that. Nothing about that in this game, it seems like. So a lot of people might have been hoping for that. I don't see anything about that in anywhere of this, so don't think that's coming. One thing they did add was reserve bidding. Now, I do understand this. You'll be able to set the maximum bid price you're willing to spend, and I guess we will I can't say that word. Increase your bid to keep you in the lead until your reserve price is reached. Now, that's not actually what a reserve bid is. Actually, it kind of is, I suppose. But okay, so talking about this, when I first saw this, I thought it was going to be, so I have a John Wall card. I posted him in the auction for 0 bid, 0 buy now, and then people just bid it up. But I set a reserve price, so if it doesn't hit at least 5,000, it doesn't sell and it comes back to me. But I think it actually is going to be, hey, I see a John Wall card, you know, for like on the auction, like 0, whatever, MT, and I put like 10,000 as my bid number, and I'll start it at 1, I'll put 1 bid down, and then it will automatically, if someone else outbids me at 2, I'll bid 3, 4, whatever, and just keep outbidding them. That's what I think it'll do, and then until it gets to 10,000, it'll cap you off, and if they bid 11,000, it won't bid again for you. So that's what I think it is, and that's kind of interesting. It's an interesting system. I don't know if any other game does that, but I kind of like that, actually. It's nice. So you can kind of say, like, hey, look, I want to spend this much, but I want to bid, you know, that right out the gate, because then if I do, more than likely someone's going to outbid me, so I can just bid, you know, a couple hundred, and then even though I want to spend a couple thousand, it'll go up to that, and I keep beating them and outbidding them. I do wonder how that will make the bidding system. Like, if I bid on a card, is it instantly going to get outbid, and I'll have to set a reserve and try and figure out what they have, or will it say, like, hey, there's a reserve bid on this. So I'm not sure if we'll see that. I don't think we will. So you kind of have to figure out and be fishy and see if you're going to get outbid on cards and things like that, which will add a whole new strategy to the game. It definitely will. And again, they talk about the stacks of consumables. It says you can now sell stacks of 20 consumable items like shoes, badges, and contract rather than posting one individually. Doesn't say anything about players, so maybe you can't, or maybe you can. I don't know. But it would be nice to be able to stack players up to like 20 maybe, or something like that in your actual collection of duplicates. Because, man, I hate having to sell all my duplicates in my auctions, which only holds 50 cards every time. Hopefully they up that a little bit as well, but maybe they did because of the stacks. So who knows? But talking about the MyTeam Goals, we didn't touch upon this. I quickly said like what it is, but it says you'll explore the mode, unlock prizes and stuff like that. Kind of like how the, you know, the black market maybe worked, where like you could kind of just sit on the mode and then boom, you got into something. I guess you can explore it by just looking for cards and things like that and just looking around. You can get prizes, which is kind of cool. But the goals will guide you through the MyTeam experience and will pretty much show you everything you need to know and everything you need to see. So if you're ever not sure what to do next, I guess you could open the MyTeam mode. Probably just tell you to play MyTeam online or buy packs. I don't know. Collection menu, you guys get to see a shot of that. It looks better. We can see current collection, moments, historic NBA collection, free agents, and then premium collections, which I'm not sure what that is. Are those like cards you can just buy? What is that? Premium? I don't know. Maybe that's like a whole new section. We see Signature Series collection, which we kind of saw with that Paul Pierce card. Game rewards, which are going to be the reward cards, which I think are going to be those like Shaq and stuff like that. Uniforms, collections, shoe collections, and miscellaneous. So pretty nice. And again, you can literally just go to the collection and then click the heat from there. So you don't got to go boom, 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 boom over to the heat. So I like that. That's nice. It's a little bit easier. They break it out into conferences, which makes it nice and quick. So yeah, that's nice. That's a good change. I definitely like that. There's a few things I didn't like, but I like that. And then dynamic duos are back. I wish they added like terrific trios or something like that. That would have been cool, something with trios, because a lot of big threes, that's always been a thing. But they do add duos. It's back. Add duos. It's back. But, and yeah, one of the cool things about it is you can actually search for a player's duo. There's a way to do that where you can click on one half of the card and it'll bring up the other one highlighted, which is kind of nice. It'll bring up the guide again. So if you're not sure who the duo is, you don't have to look online. It does kind of ruin 2KMT Central and things like that. Now you don't have to use that, and you can just, hey, Dwayne Wade, and then you see, oh, it's Shaq. Okay, nice. And then you have to collect them, and it'll say search for him and blah, blah. And they get boosts and stuff like that. I think it says it pushes Shaq to an amethyst when you guys have them both on the floor at the same time, which is pretty cool. So, oh, yeah, I like dynamic duos. Glad those are back. Hopefully they can be more frequently adding them, because at the beginning of the year there wasn't enough, and then they kind of dropped them in chunks, but they dropped, like, a ruby and an amethyst when there was already, like, tons of diamonds and better versions of those cards out. So hopefully they do that better throughout the year as time moves on and stuff like that. Or they already have it programmed in, I don't know. With the moments cards, they'd have to do it through the year. But other awesome stuff, you can replace badges. This is something I haven't talked about, and that is dope. I love that. So say you put sharpshooter or whatever the heck it is, I don't know, limitless range, Hall of Fame, something. And you put it on Ray Allen and say, nah, I want to put posterizer on him. You can do that. You can swap it. And I don't think you get the other badge back. It says replace. So, yeah, that's kind of nice, though. I do like that. It says shoes, also, another new stuff, can have up to 5 boosts. So it could boost, you know, 3-point shot, mid-range, dunking, rebounding, and passing. It could boost all 5 of those. So the diamond ones probably will have the 5 boosts, which is pretty dope. I like that. It's a nice boost. I like the shoes, man. I hope they did a good thing with that. And they said there's hundreds of new ones with different colorways and stuff like that, which I love. And then, there's even, in the main menu, a progress tracking for all the modes. So that's kind of cool. You can check out your domination matchup, challenge tokens, and stuff like that. And it'll just show you everything with the MyTeam mode and how far you are progress-wise, which is pretty sweet. You guys can see that's not all. There's more to come as the year started. Usually the year is like the slowest point. The beginning of the year is the slowest point for MyTeam, the beginning and the end. But as the year goes on, they release new packs, promos, events, challenges, and more. And, yeah, a bunch of stuff like that. But I do want to say it's looking pretty sweet. But there are, again, some things I didn't like, which I said throughout the video. I think I've kept it pretty self-explanatory. I think the trailer was kind of poorly made. Like, I have to go in here, break down screenshots instead of them, like, looking at something real quick, explaining it. They explained just a couple things. And they should have explained some more of the stuff that was actually in the blog. Like, a couple of those quick things I wish they had said in the trailer. Because I saw the trailer first, and I was like, damn. the heck? That sucks. Card art looks terrible. And then I read the blog and I was like, all right, a little bit better. So I think it's going to be pretty dope. I'm excited. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys want to see. This was a super long video. I'm sorry. My ankle's beat, man. I got to relax. I'm chilling. And I felt like I would break it down a little bit more than maybe some other guys that I don't know. I haven't watched any other videos or anything like that. Some guys might have just showed you the trailer and maybe talked about it really quickly. But we broke down everything, every aspect of it from, again, one of the guys who probably played my team way too much last year. So yeah, and again, right now I have no desire to play it. Maybe I'll try and post some my team videos, but for now, that's what 2K18 is looking like. We still got about a month from now. I think the 18th is when it comes out. It's the 18th today. I don't know. It's something like that, but it is, yeah, pretty close. So, hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Are you hyped? Do you like it? What do you think? And yeah, hope they did a good job explaining it for you. But yeah, if you watched the whole video, you are a champ. But yeah. Peace out, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the video as always. And, yeah. Peace.